What's going on, everyone? It's Andrew back again with another video, and in this one today we have day 3 of the 6th Invitational group stage. As you see on your screen here, it was play day number 2 for Group A, and honestly, 15 matches today, a lot of exciting ones. As you see, the scores are pretty lopsided in most of these matchups. We only had 2 overtime matches, which was BDS and FaZe and DarkZero and Empire. We're going to get into those, but a lot of these were pretty blowouts, so let's just get right into these matches. So for the first matchup, we have BDS versus G2. Now this was a 7-1 to BDS, and look at the first bloods here. This is what I was talking about a couple days ago. They've only had 2 first bloods in 8 rounds, so there's 6 rounds where they did not get a first blood, so that's pretty bad. And obviously the KDs from BDS side is crazy, but Cantil was the only guy showed up. And I mean, Uno really didn't have a good series. Virtue didn't have a good series. So, and plus, Bride had 3 plants. So, defense isn't really there. So, they're going to have to go to the drawing board because they might not even make it to losers bracket. So, we got to wait and see. But, yeah, this was an easy series. All right, so for the first overtime match, we had DarkZero versus Empire. This was 8-6. And honestly, this was a really good matchup to watch. I recommend you guys go and watch it. I think Joystick's playing out of his mind. This guy is insane at the game. Like, it's honestly insane to see this guy play. He's 15 and 11 here. I'm pretty sure in one of his matches today, he started at like 1-7 in the first 8 or 7 rounds, and then he brought it back to some insane record. I think he had like 12 kills in the next like 3 rounds. It was honestly insane what he was doing on the map. But Joystick playing well. His team did not get it done though. As you see, like, even though Min honestly didn't really have a good series. He was -4 on the first bloods. That's really not that good. You don't want to see that out of him. McKady, not bad, but the first bloods you don't want to see. But I mean, even Shepard with the 3 plants, like I think Empire is playing good as a team. It's just they gotta execute these rounds. So I mean, NJR played really well this match. 1vx plants, all that stuff. But yeah, this is a really good match, and I recommend you guys go watch. But let's go on to the next series. All right, it's going on in the next series. We have G2 versus Cyclops. Now, this was actually a pretty big series for the whole standings because this decides the tiebreaker for the 2 worst teams right now, which is G2 and Cyclops. So the fact that G2 win the tiebreaker is a huge advantage for them to not get eliminated from this event. I mean, look at Sisson. This man is 16-6 with a 1.81 rating. That's insane. The first bloods are insane from this guy. And honestly, Uno had a good 1vx, a plant, all that good stuff. But once again, Virtue didn't really show up to play with the KDs. But on the side of Cyclops, kind of got bodied. I mean, like, the players aren't playing terrible. It's just they're not, like, I don't know, it's just not working. I see the first bloods are pretty good for the top 3 guys, but the bottom 2 not really doing that much. But I mean, we're gonna have to wait and see. They did get a pick, they get a win here, but Cyclops, man, you gotta be thinking what's good with this roster. All right, so for the next matchup, we had Empire versus Cloud9. I mean, Joystick once again on top, 13-7. This man is going insane, but Cloud9, I don't think they're playing bad, but they're playing like, I don't even know how to describe it. They're playing pretty bad, but like not really. Like at first bloods, top 2 guys have 5 rounds of the first blood, so it's not bad at all. Cloud9 actually wins on first bloods on this map, which is pretty interesting to see that they can't get the round done with getting a 4v5 advantage. So that's interesting to see right there from stats. This game really came down to kills, I think, because they only had 1 plant the whole game, so I had 10 rounds. But once again, this is just Joystick being Joystick. This kid's insane. I mean, even MV Taylor, he didn't play that bad. He goes 11-8, but for remarkably, couldn't get it done. I mean, Nova didn't have a good series and only -7. So yeah, it was a pretty insane game. But let's go on to the next one. All right, so going on the next one, we have C9 versus FaZe. Now they popped off in this one. This was on a clubhouse. I actually got to watch this game a little bit. But yeah, so FaZe win 2 of their rounds in defense. So it's 4-2 at the half. FaZe going on the attack. So their defense is struggling on Clubhouse, and they're not playing good at all. On the other side, Cloud9. I mean, look at the KDs. +9, +4, +1, +2, +0. So look at the entries too. Now, a lot of guys were even on this, but C9 does win in first bloods again. So that's good to see. On the side of FaZe, I mean, no one did anything good. Like, it was just a complete collapse. So that's something to keep in mind. But yeah, FaZe did not good. C9 looks good on Clubhouse. Hopefully they try to pick that map as much as they can throughout the SI. But yeah, first win from Cloud9 is really nice to see. Now going into this one, we had Cyclops versus Team Liquid. I was very shocked by this one. Cyclops come back and win it 7-4. Like, I was pretty shocked by this. I did not expect Cyclops to win. As you can see, Black Ray 13 and 7 plus 6 plus 2 on the entry. I mean, it's just insane what these guys can do. Like they perform so terribly in G2. They bounce back against Team Liquid. I mean, even Ness, he still goes 13 and 8 with 5. I mean, it's good, but like not good enough. And plus 3 plants from Sexy Cake. I mean, I wonder what they're doing besides those 3 rounds. You know what I mean? But I mean, Moringa's 9 is 5. PSK is 2 and 10. That's terrible. But I mean, Cyclops showed up to play. That's what it really comes down to. They show up to play. They got the dub. Good from them to learn from their stuff. But let's go on next series. Now, we really wasn't surprised at this one. Team Liquid versus FaZe 7-2. I mean, I'm not really surprised by this one. No one on FaZe is really looking good in this matchup. And I mean, the Nesk is just +8. Like, holy shit. And then look at the entry. Like, the entry, so positive from the side of Team Liquid. So that's what it really comes down to. I mean, they had 1 plant from FaZe, but besides that, I mean, nothing's really looking good. The KDs are terrible, but Team Liquid is just the better team in Brazil. I mean, that's just a fact. So going on to a blockbuster matchup, we have BDS versus FaZe. BDS wins 8-7. It's insane. This match was a really good one. I mean, Cameraman's 14 and 7 and doesn't get the dub. That's just a L right there, +7. Alem4o is 15 and 10. Breeday's 10 and 2. It's good to see a bounce back game from him. FaZe 10 and 9. The one who didn't really show up, I would say Psycho. As you know, they're technically like Fragger. But I mean, look at FaZe's entry, +4 on the entry. That's insane. You only see people like doing that well on entry. But once again, when you're playing these teams so closely, it's so hard to break away. I mean, you could say the same thing for Cyber. Only 4 and 11 right there. 0-2 on the entry. Not good at all. I mean, I don't know what's good with this FaZe roster, but it's so hard to win these games when they come this close down. But ultimately, if we had the old system, I mean, they get something for it, but in this new format, they don't really get anything for it. BDS takes it. So going back with BDS, they did win against Team 1. FaZe once again, +8, 13 and 5. I mean, everyone's playing good. Shaiko had an off day, I think, because he was not really performing that well today. Look who's the only one that's positive from the side of Team 1. Like, this kid is insane. He's 11 and 7, +4. I mean, a lot of people are looking at him and like, holy shit, why isn't he in like a better team? You know what I mean? Because everyone thinks he's way better than his actual team. So I heard that talk. I also saw some memes like all the European teams trying to scout this kid to come get him to play in Europe. I don't think he will. I don't even know if he knows English, but I mean, he's +3 on the entry. That's insane for losing a game. He played really well with 1 plant, 1 VX, but markedly nothing to show for. And yeah, that was pretty much this series. I mean, BDS is just a better team. Alright, so FaZe C9 was pretty interesting. 7-3 to FaZe. I mean, highs, bro. He's 14 and 2 with a +12. I think that's the best KD we've seen all invitational. +2 on the entry, insane. But on the side of Cloud9, not really much going for you. Nova's only 1 and 8. That's not really good. I mean, Static's the only guy that's positive, so. But this one was just so weird. Because both these teams lost, I think, earlier in the day. And they played each other. And then FaZe like really destroyed C9. Which is really interesting to me. But, I mean, look at the side of FaZe. Everyone really had a plant, pretty much. 1 VX. I mean, they're just clutching a lot. Same with Static. He got a nice clutch, so. I mean, FaZe was just the better team. Like, a lot of these just come down to the better team. That's like, they're so lopsided. It's crazy to see. So, Team 1 versus DarkZero, 7-2 was really interesting. I mean, look at Levy's +10, Neskin's +3, Levy's +2 in the entry. It's just crazy. Like, it seems like any team can beat anyone at any time if they're on their shit. Like, it's insane to see. NJR's -3 in the entry. That's not what you want to see. Team 1 wins the entry. They win the match. And even though Gonas gets a plant, gets a 1 VX, Levy gets a 1 VX. I mean, it's just weird. Like, you see these teams get destroyed, and then they just bounce back, or they just could keep getting destroyed. It's so weird. I didn't expect this at all. Alright, so going into one of the closer matches we had Empire G2. Now, this was pretty interesting. This match was really close. But look at the fucking KDs from Empire. Scyther is 12 and 8. Dan is 12 and 7. Joystick is 13 and 8. I mean, Shepard and Always really didn't have to do much, to be honest. They just kind of sat and watched. I mean, it's just insane. Citizen tried to go 10 and 10 when he's even. It's not bad, but I mean, they were just out fragging. Empire was just simply out fragging and just destroying G2. And that goes with teamwork and all that kind of stuff. The entry is pretty even. Kayak, you know, he's +2 on the entry. Kanto and Citizen are even on that. I don't know. It's just the teamwork from Empire. Way better in this matchup. And once again, this is what I'm talking about. DZ had not having a good day. I mean, 7-3 Team Liquid destroyed. This man is 18-6. Ness is popping off 3 on the entry. Sexy Cake 3 on the entry, 4 on the KD. Like, they're going insane. PSK had a plant, so that was nice. Hyper, 10-8. Guess the loss. That does suck. Look at the rest of his team, though. Like, Min and NGR, 3 kills to each of them. That's really bad. -6 and 7. That's insane. But DZ just wasn't having a good day. It seemed like it would just kind of destroy them. So that was pretty much it. Alright, now this one was pretty interesting. We had FaZe versus Cyclops. These teams have never played each other, I don't think. And this is when Astro finally pops off. I've been waiting for this for a while. This man goes 13-5. He's +8 even on the entry. Bullets up there, 8-4. I mean, it was just a really good siege. Like, I don't know, I think FaZe is playing finally at their peak, and hopefully that continues. But you know, we're gonna have to wait and see. I mean, once again, Cyclops are really interesting. They beat teams and then they just lose instantly. I don't know, they're gonna have to go to the drawing board and go for the next 3 matches, but really interesting to see FaZe destroy them here. So as you see, we got Team 1 versus FaZe here, 7-3. I mean, the only thing good from FaZe was highs. He goes 10-5, and the entry was 6+ with Lena and FaZe. I think that's how you say it. So that was really good. Let's highs also had a plant. But Team 1, look who's on top again. This kid is insane, bro. Like, honestly, I want to see the stats overall throughout the whole group stage when it's done. But this kid's insane, bro. Like, honestly, I hope Team 1 goes far just because of him. Like, he's just cracked. This was the last matchup of the day. And we'll go back to the standings here. We got the group stage pulled up. So this is the standings right now. We got Team Empire 5-1, BDS 5-1, the Europeans on top. Then Liquid and Team 1 4-2. So, you know, that's the top 4 going to winners. 3-3 from FaZe and FaZe. And then DarkZero down here is really weird at 2-4. Same with G2, they're 1-5. Didn't expect that at all. And then Cloud9, 2-4, they're looking pretty good. And same with Cyclops. So that huge G2 win over Cyclops is massive. The fact that's their only win, kind of scary though. I mean, look at the next couple of matches. We can pull them up right here. You know, these are the next couple of matches they have. For G2, they play Liquid. Not an easy matchup. They play a Cloud9. They might be able to win that. And they play DZ. So it's going to be really hard for them to win these matches. And then on the side of Cyclops, you don't play easy teams. You play BDS, you play Empire, and you play Team 1. You might be able to beat Team 1. But, I mean, by the way these teams are looking, it's just insane. So these are on the 15th. So you got to look out for these matches. This will be the last matches for Group A. After that, we're on the playoffs. Like, this event's already going by super fast. And that's pretty much it. But the matches for tomorrow are right here. We got Group B coming at you again. All crazy matches tomorrow. A lot of things to talk about. Only 9, so we don't have the 15 like we had today. But if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everyone.